Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki Punya det phal nashvara Paap narak le jay Radhe Radhe
Punya det phal nashvara Paap narak le jay Radhe Radhe
दोन तजी जो हरि भजे सोई परम पद पाय राधे राधे
दोन तजी दो हरि भजे सोई परम पद पाय राधे राधे
हरि निमित्त जो पाप कर सो पुण्य काय राधे राधे
हरि निमित्त जो पाप कर सो पुण्य कहाय राधे राधे
हरि निमित्त जो पाप कर सो पुण्य काय राधे राधे
हरि निमित्त जो पाप कर सो पुण्य कहाय राधे राधे
हरि तजी जो कर पुण्य तो आप पाप बनी जाय राधे राधे
हरि तजी जो कर पुण्य तो आप पाप बनी जाय राधे राधे
हरि तजी जो कर पुण्य तो आप पाप बनी जाय राधे राधे
हरि तजी जो कर पुण्य तो आप पाप बनी जाय राधे राधे
In verse 68, Sri Maharaj Ji has expressed in Braj Bhasha, verse 18.66 of the Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaj. So he says, look, if you do punya, you'll go to Swarg. If you do pap, you will go to Narak. So chuck both good and bad karmas and instead surrender to God. So do his bhajan. Now in 67, he is addressing an ethical dilemma. There are ethical dilemmas. Is this right or is that right? Both are right. So which is more right? Or which of these two wrongs is the lesser wrong to choose? Ethical dilemmas have always confounded humankind. What is the criteria for deciding in the case of an ethical dilemma? Because we all know there's good deeds and bad deeds. One man came for the job interview. The interviewing board, they asked him, in our company, we are extremely particular about cleanliness. Did you brush your feet at the doormat before stepping in? He said, absolutely, sir. I was very careful to do that. They said, in our company, we are even more particular about truthfulness. There was no doormat. So, the dilemmas of truthfulness, when you should tell a lie, when you should not tell a lie. One family had gone to a restaurant And at the end, some food was left over. So the father of the family, he called the waiter and he said, pack the leftovers for our dog. So pack the leftovers for our dog. The little child, he exclaimed, yippee, we are going to get a dog now. So what was the father's intention in telling a lie? His intention was that he doesn't want to say, I am taking it home for myself, and he's saying we are taking it for the dog. So whenever you do a bad deed, what is the intention behind it? Some people say that the intention can justify the deed, which means the means can justify the end. You are justified in telling a lie if it is for a higher purpose. Some people believe in absolutes, moral absolutes. The truth should always be told, like Mahatma Gandhi. His principles were Satyameva Jayate. He believed strongly that by non-violence and truthfulness, victory can be achieved. And he held on to it against the empire that ruled half the world. So this dilemma is there. Are you justified in telling a lie? Like, let us say, suppose you are a health insurance agent and your good friend has been diagnosed with cancer. He is going to die in 1 year. You know that his family is going to become completely helpless if he leaves. And they need to be protected. It is in your ability to give a health insurance from that Blue Cross or Red Shield or whatever it is to your friend. Are you justified in cheating the company to take care of your friend's family? These questions, I'm not saying yes or no, I'm just putting the ethical dilemma before you. These are questions that have confounded philosophers thinking about it. So now this verse is that. In this case, Sri Maharaj Ji is saying, what if you are telling a lie for the pleasure of God? Supposing God asks you to tell a lie. Now the dilemma is, should I tell the truth or should I listen to God? This was the dilemma before Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir was an avatar of Dharmaraj. And he says, I have never told a lie in my life. Now Sri Krishna tells him, Yudhishthir, tell a lie. Yudhishthir says, should I tell a lie? Oh my God. So what is the right path for Yudhishthir? Think. Well, the point is, Yudhishthir says, I should follow the path of Dharma. Sri Krishna says, what is the purpose of Dharma? What is the purpose of Dharma? The aim of Dharma is to take this Mayadheen soul to God. That is the aim of Dharma. Now you say, I am being dharmic, but not willing to listen to God, then that becomes adharma. That was the situation of Karna. Karna was such a noble soul. He is considered one of the most charitable personalities in history. What can be said about his charity? There was once Arjun felt bad that why does Sri Krishna praise Karan's philanthropic nature all the time instead of me? So Sri Krishna said, let us have a competition, Arjun. He called Karan over. Arjun was already there. Sri Krishna manifested a mountain of gold coins and two mountains equal in size and said to Arjun, give away as much you can in the next 20 minutes to these villagers around. Arjun called the villagers, he started giving with both hands. But how much could he give in 20 minutes? Sri Krishna said, now Arjun, look at Karan. Karan, you have exactly 20 minutes. Give away as much charity as you can in this mountain. Karan called the villagers. He said, here is the mountain, divide it amongst yourselves. Give it all away. Karan won. Arjun said, Arey, Sri Krishna, how come I did not think of this? Sri Krishna said, you had a little bit of miserliness, little bit of conjuicy, which was holding you back. It was just not there in the case of Karan. So the first thought that came to his head is just take it and divide it. But those were the amazing qualities of Karan. And yet, he fought against God on the other side. So what do you think? All those good qualities came to naught. The purpose, dharma moolam hi bhagavan. The aim of dharma is God. Dharma is created to bring the soul to God. If the soul says, I am dharmic and not willing to surrender to God, this question many people ask me, Swamiji, I am a good man, a good woman. I don't hurt anybody. I don't even kill mosquitoes. So is there any need to worship God? Am I not doing good? As per Kripaluji Maharaj's verse, you are still sinning. Huh? Why? I'm being a good person. The point is, you have come into God's world. Now you say, I don't accept God and I use His world. It is like supposing I come into your house when you are not there. And I access the fridge and the groceries in the kitchen, etc., and then sit down and put on the TV. And when you come, say, what are you doing here? Say, I have not damaged any property, I am a good man. Good man? Are Baba, this is my house. You are using my house without my permission. Likewise, this world is created by God. He has sent you here. He has made all the things here. You say, I've got no interest in God. I am a good man. So the Skanda Puran says, Man nimittam kritam papam mad dharmaya cha kalpate. If for the sake of God, if on His instruction you have to sin, that becomes dharma. Just like as Yudhishthir was tested, Arjun was also tested. Sri Krishna said, Arjun, shoot Karan in his back. Arjun says, I am a heroic warrior. I have my rules. I don't shoot after sunset. I don't strike women. I don't strike under the belt. Sri Krishna says, I am telling you, now what is your dharma? Likewise, he says, Bhim, hit Duryodhan under the belt. Bhim also says, what is this? Sometimes attachment to dharma can prevent us from fully surrendering to God. When Sri Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja, he says that your attachment should be to me alone. Does it mean that such a person is becoming adharmic? No. Because there is aparadharma and there is paradharma. Aparadharma is material dharma. Satyam vada dharmanchara dharma na pravartitartavyam. Don't steal, don't lies, etc., etc. This is the worldly dharma. And paradharma is the dharma of the soul, which is love for God. So Skand Puran says, Mam anadritya dharmopi papam syan mat prabhavata. You put God aside and do dharma, that is also pap. That is like going into somebody's house and not acknowledging the owner. So Kripaluji Maharaj has said the same thing. Hari nimitta jo papa kar so punya kahay. Hari taji jo kar punya so apu papa bani jaye. This is a very, 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 very deep verse. Now we will go on to a more rasmai verse. And we'll make this the last verse. 69. Bhagati ek aishwarya ek madhurya kahaya radhe radhe. Bhagati ek aishwarya ek madhurya kahaya radhe radhe.
Bhagati ek aishwarya ek madhurya kahaya radhe radhe.
Pehli ras aishwarya ras braj rasikan न सुहाय राधे राधे. पहली रस ऐश्वर्य रस ब्रज रसिकन न सुहाय राधे राधे. One mother asked her little daughter, "Why should we be quiet in the church?" The daughter said, "Because everybody is sleeping there." So there's two kinds of bhakti. One bhakti that puts you to sleep. One bhakti that is full of ras. Kripaluji Maharaj is explaining here. Bhagati ik aishwarya, ik madhurya kahai. The question is, we all here we need to do bhakti. We all here we need to take our mind to God. But when you start doing bhakti, the question arises, how will I take my mind to God? Who is this God? He is such a personality that our intellect cannot even conceive of him. This word Bhagavan, Parashar Rishi has given the definition in Devi Bhagavad Puran. He says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya dharmasya yashasa shriyaha jnana vairagya yoshchaiva shannam bhaga itirana. Bhagavan is Bhagavala, he who has Bhag. Like Gunvan, Dhanvan, Pratishtavan. So Bhagavan is the one who has got Bhag. And what is Bhag? Bhag means opulence. That personality who is replete with 6 opulences to the infinite extent, he is called Bhagavan. Which 6 opulences? Infinite wealth, infinite beauty, infinite strength, infinite knowledge, infinite fame, infinite detachment. If any personality has these to the infinite extent, we will call him Bhagavan. Now, if you think about his Bhag, you will think, my God, where is he and where am I? How will I establish my personal relationship with him? See, even in the world, if there's a big personality, you find it difficult even to meet that person. Supposing you wish to meet the president, do you think it is easy? I used to think that politicians in India have got a lot of bhav. But then I discovered out here, once I just came out of the airport and Obama was to go in front. They stopped our traffic for 1 hour. And then we could see finally one car, second car, 50 cars went. That time he was the president. Then Mr. President went. Said, oh my God, these people, it's even more difficult. So a worldly big person is difficult to meet. Where is the question of establishing friendship? Now one villager in Odisha, he said, Are Swamiji, it's very simple. Modi is my buddy. I said, how did the Prime Minister of India become your buddy? You know what? His aeroplane was going over my village. I did Tata to him. This is how difficult it is to meet a big person in the world. What to talk about friendship? Now, where is Bhagavan and where is the soul? He is Shad Vidhaishwarya Paripurn. When Nrsingh Bhagavan, the Nrsingh avatar took place, at that time the Devatas started discussing that the Lord has come into our universe. We must go and welcome him. For example, if Biden comes to Alan, suppose, the mayor will definitely go to welcome him. It's just normal etiquette. Likewise, the Supreme Divine Personality has come to our universe. So all the Devatas said, we must have a reception committee. They went to Devraj Indra and said, Indra Maharaj, you go and do the Abhinandan. Read out the proclamation for the Lord. Indra said, I don't have the guts, because Nrisingh Bhagavan, he had the head of a lion and he had these big, big nails. He had just ripped apart Hiranyakashipu and he was dancing in anger with his hands laden with blood. Indra said, right now my knees are trembling just looking at him. Ask Brahmaji, he should do the Abhinandan. So they went to Brahma. Brahmaji said, right now, I've got other works to do, sorry. Go and tell Shankarji is Pralayankari. He opens one eye and causes Pralay. So they went to Shankarji. Mahadev, you go in front, we'll all go behind you. The question was, who will go in front? Because that is the vulnerable position. If the person is in front and others are going behind to Bhagavan, if Bhagavan is angry, he can whack the person in front, others will have time to run away. So they said, Shankarji, you stay in front, all the other devatas will be behind you. Shankarji said, at this time, he is in a terrible mood, even I don't have the guts. This avatar has taken place for Prahlad. Let Prahlad be put in front. Prahlad agreed. So ahead was Prahlad and behind him were all the devatas. the procession reached Nrsimha Bhagavan. And 5-year-old Prahlad is folding his hands. Bhagavan was in that angry mood, burning in fury when he saw his devotee Prahlad, and he just cooled down. He became blissful. He put one hand under Prahlad's feet, second hand on his head, and started dancing with Prahlad now. Indra said, I'll go in front now. Brahma said, I'll go in front. Everybody was willing to go in front. Now that he's become Anandmay, what is the big deal? So, it is easy to say, love God. But the question is, how do you love Him? In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun also made the same mistake. He said to Sri Krishna, I wish to see Bhagavan. Sri Krishna said, what do you mean? I wish to see the universal form. Sri Krishna said, are you sure? Yes, Maharaj. He bestowed divine vision. And what did Arjun see? Innumerable hands, feet, head. Everywhere are his hands and feet, and he's seeing Arjun and Sri Krishna in that universal form. Big, big flames coming, so much of sound that the ears will burst. Poor Arjun, he did get Divya Drishti, but he started trembling. Danshtra karala nichate mukhani drishtvaiva kala nalasannibhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma prasid devesha jagannivas. Maharaj, I am terrified seeing God. Please hide this form. The Sri Krishna hid the form. But the point is, Sri Krishna is also Bhagavan. Arjun is in front of Bhagavan. And he says, I don't want to see that Bhagavan. What does it mean? God has got two aspects to His personality. One is His opulences, His almightiness. And one is His sweetness. If you think about His opulences, you will definitely get scared. He opens His eyes and creates the world, closes His eyes, suptam chasya mahapralaya. That kind of a God, I will make Him my friend. Let me remain in my category. Even in the world, when a boy or a girl, they think of marrying the other, they see what is the class of the other. This boy is the son of Tata Birla, and I am a Kani Kubdi Luli Langdi. Arey Baba, let me remain in my class, so these people will say, you wanted to marry the son of Birla? So, in the world we go by class. And now look at the class of the soul, rotating in 8.4 million species. And the class of God, He is Mayadhish. We are Mayadhin. What is the basis of bhakti? That's what Maharaji says here. Look, if you wish to relish the sweetness of bhakti, then put His almightiness aside. And just think, He is mine. Now the love will come. Even in the world, it's like that. A mother, her son may be the army chief, but the mother doesn't care. She thinks he is my child. And she tells her child, Arey Munna, the Indian mangoes have arrived. When you come from the army headquarters, get those mangoes for me. Now that Munna, 4-star general, he gets the mangoes and mother looks and says, what kind of mangoes are these? You don't know how to recognize mangoes. Who has made you a 4-star general? So the mother doesn't care that he is 4-star general. She only cares he is my Munna. That is how she is able to love. If her intellect holds this knowledge foremost, that he is a big general and thousands are saluting to him, then every time her son comes forward, she will also stand at attention and offer a salute. Sri Maharaj Ji used to give the example, he was Jagat Guru and fifth original Jagat Guru in Indian history. But his mother did not used to address him as Jagat Guru. She would say Ram Kripalu. And when she would become very annoyed, then she would say, Hey Jagat Guru! Now he would understand, my mother is annoyed. That's why she is addressing like this. So in worldly love also, the post is put aside. Then love happens. Likewise, in bhakti as well. You want bhakti means upasana. Upasana means to go close. You want to go close to God. So if you wish to do that, you have to put His almightiness aside. Swami Vivekananda said, devotion motivated by fear is the lowest kind of devotion. That kind of devotion is also there. Hey, you must worship Allah, otherwise then this will happen. So that kind of devotion is there in our tradition as well. But there are sweeter forms of devotion as well. And he is saying that Madhurya Bhakti, if you wish to relish, then think, cut his Bhagavata away and think, Sri Krishna is mine. Now the love will begin. See, even in the world, let us say there was a king of ancient times. Everybody had a different relationship with the one king. The citizens, they saw the king as their regent. See him from far, there goes the king of our land. It was a distant relationship. But then the same king had his personal servant. The personal servant Ramu knew him more closely. He would go and speak to the king, and the king would speak to him. Arey bhai Ramu, there's dirt gathered in my garden. It needs to be cleaned. Ji Huzur, it will be done by evening time. So the king was the same. The relationship had grown closer. And the same king had his friends with whom he had played while growing up. And they knew him on first name terms. They would address him by the first name. So they would say, look, Ram Bhadra, I have my son's party in my house today, birthday. You must come, otherwise I'll get upset with you. Look, he's got greater rights over the king. The king is the same, but the relationship has grown closer. And the same king had his children. They knew the father even more closely, because they used to sit and play in his lap and hold his mustaches. And they would say, Father, please become a horse. Now the king would become a horse. And the person who knew the king the closest was the queen. So the king was one, but everybody had connected with him differently. Likewise, God is one. There are no two gods. God is He who has created the world. There is one creator. Ekameva dvitiyam brahma, the Vedas say. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti, the Vedas say. Ekam santam bahudha kalpayanti. Eko hi rudro na dvitiyaya tasthurya ima loka nishata ishanibhi. All these scriptures are saying there is one God, but He is all powerful. So He can take on as many forms as He likes. The same God in one form, he is a king, Raja Ram. In one form, he is the maintainer of creation in his Vishnu form. In one form, he is the annihilator. In one form, he is simply engaging in loving pastimes with his devotees. This is the Krishna form. So, Vishnu and Krishna are not different. So, Siddhanta Tastva Bhedepi Shrisha Krishna Swarupayo. The Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu says Shri's Ish is Vishnu and Krishna. They are both one. Leela Premna Priyadhikyam Madhuryam Venurupayo. But the sweetness of the Krishna Swarup is exceptional because Vishnu is the office form of God and Krishna is the home form of God. There's a difference between the two. One judge, when he is at home, he is having a loving time with his wife, his brother, his sister, his son. The son says, Papa, become a horse for me. And justice of the High Court, he's become a horse. The son says, Chal ghode chal. The same judge has gone into the court. Now out here, if the son comes and says, Papa, last day of my vacation, so I've come to meet you in office, become a horse for me. His father gives him one whack. What's going on here? So that little child is surprised. He's the same father who was becoming a horse. What has happened to him here? Why is he so serious? Well, beta, he is the same father, but there's a difference. That was the father at home, and this is the father in court. Out here, everyone is terrified of him. When he has his hammer, order, order, all the big attorneys will start trembling. But will the judge's hammer work at home? Supposing he says, my wife keeps quarreling with me, let me take my hammer home also. And next time an argument begins, judge says, order, order, he hits the hammer on the dining table. The wife is not going to tremble. She'll take the rolling pin and make Mr. Justice tremble. So the judge is the same, but the swarups are different. There's the office form of judge and the homely form of judge. Likewise, Vishnu is the office form of God. He is the maintainer. He's sitting inside everybody's hearts as Kshirodakshai Vishnu. He's sitting inside in everyone's hearts, noting karmas, keeping account, giving the results, doing the maintenance work of all of creation. In the Krishna form, Swayam Bhagavane Rakarya Nahek Bhubhar Haran. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Sri Krishna doesn't engage in these office works. He said, Vishnuji will take care of it. I will only have loving pastimes with devotees. This is the homely form. Even in the Krishna Swarup, there are different kinds of leelas. Some leelas are Aishwarya leelas. He killed Agasur, Bakasur, Dhenukasur, Khopadasur. So when the Rasik saints, they read the Bhagavad and all these episodes come, he killed so-and-so, he killed so-and-so, they put the pages forward. This is not interesting. God killed a demon? What's the big deal? God, we discussed, he can just turn his little finger and the demon will die. The ras of bhakti comes where the devotee starts beating God. Yashoda is now waving the stick. Kanaya, did you eat mud? Open your mouth. Shri Krishna is saying, Maya, don't beat me, I didn't eat mud. This Leela is astonishing because the Almighty has come under the sway of the devotee. Now the ras comes. And how has this happened? Because God has a law, His law of love. As you love me, I shall love you accordingly. So, without that love or bhakti, He is Bhagavan. Who has got the ability to go close to Him? But once you have the bhakti, now, जैसो जीव करे प्यार तैसो करे प्यार यार मन तेरो सांचो यार ब्रजराज कुमार. Now his law is ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyam. Whichever soul loves me at whatever time, to whatever extent, in whatever sentiment, I will love the same soul at the same time, to the same extent, in the same sentiment. If the soul says, Shri Krishna, you are Bhagavan, Jai Jagadish, Shri Krishna says, okay, I am Bhagavan, see me from far. If the soul says, Shri Krishna, you are my friend, come, let me put my arm around your shoulder. Shri Krishna says, Arjun, no problem, we are bosom buddies. If the soul says, Shri Krishna, my love has become so selfless now, you are not going to take care of me, I will take care of you. Shri Krishna says, Yashoda Maya, I am putting myself at your disposal. You take care of me. If the soul says, Shri Krishna, I am perfectly exclusive, I know nobody except yourself, you are my sole beloved. Shri Krishna says, all right, gopis, I am your sole beloved. So this law of love gives hope to the soul, that he is God. But because of this law, हमारी भी वहां दाल गल सकती है. I also have a chance. All I need to do is to grow my own love. And that is where the ras comes. See, the rasmai names of God are what? Where the Aishwarya is put aside. It is not in the Sarva Shaktiman, Sarva Drishta, Sarva Antaryami, Sarva Loka Maheshwar. These don't have ras. The ras is Gopal. What is Gopal doing? He's taking care of cows. So, is God only Gopal? Is he not Narpal, Ghodapal, Kuttapal? He is taking care of all the species. Why are you only calling Gopal? That is the ras. Like if you go to Gujarat, even till today, 5,000 years have gone by, but still they do Kirtan, Hamare Raja Ranachor. Our Sri Krishna who ran away from the battleground. I imagine, the social norm in all these ages of wars was that if a warrior runs away from the battleground, he would be ostracized from society. Don't look at him. He ran away from the battle. And Sri Krishna ran away. When Jarasandha, the fight was happening with Jarasandha, and Sri Krishna ran, and running, he did not even turn around to see if Jarasandha is coming or not. He went straight all the way to Dwarka and established himself. But the kirtan they do is because they know this was only an act. His original swarup. Jaake bhaya bhaya bhit ho mahakal barajor. Jarasandha ke bhaya soi bhaji banyo ranchor. Kripaluji Maharaj says in future that God from whom even Yamraj trembles, the same God is trembling from Jarasandha and running away. This is his Leela. So the Leela is where his almightiness is hidden, and the ras begins. The Leela is not where he reveals his Virat Swarup. Seeing the Virat Swarup, all devotees became scared. Like Arjun became scared, Yashoda also became scared. That Leela is very famous. where all the sakhas, they started complaining. Yashoda tere lala ne maati khai. They all started coming and complaining that your lala, he's eaten mud. So Yashoda said, all right, all of them are complaining. So Kanhaiya, have you eaten mud? When the Bhagavatam is Naham Bhakshatavanamba. Maya, I have not eaten any mud. Yashoda says, all your friends are saying, your brother Balaram is also saying. So Sri Krishna says, Sarve mithyabhi sanchana. Maya, they are all telling lies. Acha? And you are telling the truth. You are Satyavadi Harishchandra. But how should I believe it? Sri Krishna said, Maya, if you have any doubt, you open my mouth and check. Sri Krishna's ploy was, if I tell with full confidence, Maya, open my mouth and check. She will think, oh, he is not eaten. That's why he's saying like this. But, Nele pe dela. Now, Yashoda's hair has not become white in the sun, as they say. She's experienced. So she said, all right, Lala, in that case, open your mouth. You are saying, check, open your mouth. Now Sri Krishna said, I am trapped. Because if I open my mouth, I have eaten mud, it will be seen. And if I don't open my mouth, it will be confirmed that he is not opening because he has eaten mud. So either way, it's a problem. Sri Krishna's eyes are closed and he's thinking, should I open my mouth? Should I not open my mouth? Open my mouth, not open my mouth. And he started trembling. Tears started rolling out of his eyes. Kunti Devi was there at that time. Kunti saw this. And subsequently, she's reminded Krishna of that scene. What scene was this? What Leela was this? Bhayatasyagnistapati, Bhayatapati Surya. The Surya, Chandrama, they all are Gatishil because of you, and you are scared of this old lady. What kind of Leela? But Sri Krishna, in the sway of Yoga Maya, he is thinking that, Yoga Maya makes the devotee forget. Yashoda doesn't remember he's God. He's also forgotten that he's God. So Sri Krishna is thinking, finally he decided, may as well open my mouth. Because if I don't open, it's confirmed. If I open, possibly when Yashoda does a visual inspection of the teeth, her eyesight may just be weak and she may not see it. So I may be saved. So when he opened his mouth and Yashoda moved to check, God's Aishwarya Shakti, his almighty power, that came in. So otherwise, Sri Krishna had vanquished the Aishwarya Shakti. You are not to come in Braj. Out. This is my Madhur Roop. Out here, I am not Bhagavan. I am only Sham Sundar. But the Asli Sevak, the actual Sevak is one. Even if the master takes him out, he says, I'll keep on serving. Chori from the side. And Nakali Sevak say, you don't care for me, I don't care for you. You do left turn, I do right turn. You do right turn, I do about turn. You do about turn, I do quick march. So Aishwarya Shakti had been banned. But Aishwarya Shakti was finding opportunities. How to serve my Sri Krishna. Chalo, let me make the ground a little soft for him, etc., etc. And she saw, my master is going to get beaten. So she came in Krishna's mouth. She showed Yashoda the Virat Swarup, which Arjun will see later on, in Krishna's mouth. The universal form. Now Yashoda is looking, oh my God, what am I seeing in my son's mouth? Yashoda now became perplexed and so confused. She was swaying. Vertigo. Having a problem out there. So Sri Krishna, his eyes are closed, mouth is opening, and he's thinking, where will the danda come? Will it come here? Will it come here? And no dandas are coming. Have I been saved? He opened his eyes and saw that Maya is about to crash. So what happened? Now he used his godly powers and realized Aishwarya had come. Where did you come from? Out! He touched his mother Yashoda. Vyatonod Vaishnavim Mayam Putra Snehamayim Vibhu. By his Yoga Maya, he made Yashoda forget what she had seen. That she had seen God. Because if she remembered, she'll never again think that he is my child. So, Putra Snehamayim Vibhu, he made his mother forget. And now she's again thinking, oh my God, my Kanhaiya, what was I seeing? Now what am I seeing? Oh, nowadays my BP remains high. I must have had some chakkar fakkar. So Yashoda rationalized the matter and forgot about it. So the ras is not where God shows his almightiness to Arjuna or to Yashoda. The ras is where it all gets hidden. Now, Kripaluji Maharaj is saying, if you want the Aishwarya Bhakti, all you will do is dandavat to God from far. There is God, and you just do dandavat. Like the king. When the king's procession comes, you go and see from far. There comes the king of our land. Can I go close, press his feet? Hey, khabardar. All these rights the citizens don't possess. Only have darshan. So Rasik saints say, this is not enjoyable. Just see God from far. So now you go into more intimate connections of bhakti. So the next connection is Sri Krishna is my master and I am his servant. As the servant, you have many rights. You go right close to him, I'll press your feet, I'll do so many things. But even more rasmay is the connection of the friend. Now for the friend, Sri Krishna is my Sakha. You know, the servant is ultimately the servant and the friend is the friend. Arjun, the rights he has got. Raktak and Patrak don't. If the servant eats a fruit and says, this is so tasty, can I give it to Sri Krishna? Are nahi, I've already eaten it. And if it's a friend, so nice, Kanhaiya, come here. Taste from the other side. This is special apple. The friend has got more rights. One servant was cleaning the drawing room, the living room of his master. The master was sitting on the sofa watching the TV when the master's office friend came. And he sat down next to the master. And they started doing upshup. You know what happened in the office? That person got promoted, that person got transferred. Ho. So all this merrymaking was happening between friends. And the servant was looking on goggle-eyed that they are having such a nice time and I just maintain all this formality. If my master likes it so much, then I will also do it. So after half an hour, the friend said, I'll see you in office. And he walked off. The servant decided, I'll see you right now. So he left his cloth and he went and sat down by the master's side, put his arm around his neck and said, Suna yaar, kya hal chal hai? Tell me, friend, buddy, what's the latest? The master thought my Ramu has gone crazy. He took his hand off, made him stand up and said, Ramu, what's going on? I'll dismiss you from the job. Arey Saab, dismiss me. What will my wife and children eat? Your friend was doing the same thing. You were so delighted and you want to throw me out. Ramu, he was a friend. You are a servant. The servant will not get the seat of the friend. So likewise, if you become a friend of Sri Krishna, you come even closer. And then beyond the friend, is the Vatsalya Bhav of Yashoda, where God has become a child. Now the relationship is so amazing that even Narad became confused. Narad heard that Bhagavan has taken avatar. So he went for darshan to Gokul. And he reached the house of Nand Baba and looked inside. And there he found that a middle-aged lady is standing and a 2-year-old boy is by the side. The boy is holding the lady's dress and saying, take me in your lap. And the lady is saying, you are no special child. Go and play with your friends. Narad started thinking, I had come for God's darshan. Which of these two is God? It cannot be this child because God cannot be in such a terrible state. See, the soul is in a terrible state and the soul says to the Lord, take me in your lap. संसार कूपे पतितो ह्यगाधे मोहान्धपूर्णे विषयातिसक्तः करावलम्बं मम देहि नाथ गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति. My Lord, I am drowning in this ocean of Maya. Please hold my hand and pull me out, put me in your lap, the soul cries. So if this boy is crying to the lady, the boy must be the soul, Narad thought. This lady must be God. Then Narad remembered it is not Mohini avatar out here. The avatar is in the male form. That means this child is God. After that, Narad did not look at God. He started looking at Yashoda. Oh my God. Who is the soul in whose lap God is crying to go? So he said, Kim Brumas Tvam Yashode? Maya Yashoda, how can I describe your glories? Kati Kati Sukrita Kshetra Vrindani Purvam Gatva Kidrik Vidhanai Kati Kati Sukrita Nyarjita Nitvaya. What good deeds did you do that you got this seat? No Shakro na Swayambhur na cha Madane Repur. Shankar, Brahma, Vishnu did not get this seat. What is it that has given you this seat? Tat Purnam Brahma Bhuma Viluthati Vilapat Kroda Maharu Dukamam. Bhagavan is crying to get into your lap. This is Vatsalya Bhav. And then finally is Madhurya Bhav. Sri Krishna is my soul beloved. So naturally, if you see Sri Krishna as your soul beloved, you will feel closest to him. This is the bhav of the gopis. One gopi says, Pran bhai kanamay, kan bhai pranamay. Hiye te na jani pare pran hai ki kan hai. She says, when I look at Sri Krishna, it seems he is my life air. Then when I look at my life air, it seems like he's Sri Krishna. Now I am confused which is the pran and which is the kan. That is the oneness in Madhurya Bhav. So this is the Madhurya Bhakti. Kripaluji Maharaj is simply saying that in Bhakti, all these options are open. God says, you don't have to keep distance with me because you are my little part. I am the soul of your soul. The distance is only in your head. Oh, Bhagavan, you are so far and I am so little. Bhagavan says, if you wish to see me as your child, welcome. More sabhi ek tum Swami. Therefore, we should remove this fear and simply think, Sri Krishna is my everything. With that, we come to the conclusion of this lecture series on Bhakti Shatak. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna. Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki Siyavar Ramachandra ki Jagat Guru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj ki Shri Radha Krishna Mandir ki Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri